up, y'all?
Yes.
Back at it
Welcome
again.
back to our podcast,
Yes,
Married
sir.
at Midnight.
Married at midnight.
Why do we call it Married at Midnight?
Because we got married at midnight. Say nah. But we call it married at midnight because this is where we are vulnerable with each other. You know, we talk about our, deepest fear, our insecurities, our dreams, our goals, our aspirations, things that have been bothering us, things we want to work on, anything you can think about or name. That's what we be talking about at the midnight hour because our kids sleep. You know what I'm saying? They sleep. You don't hear. Look. You just hear that for a second.
Peace.
You hear nothing.
Nothing.
So this is why we call it that. It just felt right to call it Married at Midnight.
And here we talk about all things faith, family, marriage, relationships, love.
Yeah.
All of those things we talk about here on this podcast. So we're excited.
Because I love the Lord.
We are so excited that you guys decided to join us today.
I didn't even know I had the vocals.
Slight vocal.
You know what I'm saying? Tape dropping soon.
I'll give it to you.
It's dropping soon.
Okay, so today we are going to be discussing how do you know if he or she is the one, right?
Yeah, right.
I feel like that's a popular question.
Yeah.
And I feel like ever since we got married, I had people coming up to me like, how do you know that, you found the one, that this person is the one?
Yeah. So
we're going to talk a little bit about that and share our experience as well.
Yeah, definitely. I'm all for that. I'm all for that. So what made you feel like I am the one? Since, let's go ahead and kick it off.
Oh, okay.
I know he was like, oh my gosh, who's this handsome brother right here? What was it that intrigued you about moi?
I just feel like you had great qualities about you as far as character. Character is something that you can't change.
Okay.
Someone, like, you can't change that about someone. You can change, like, how they dress. You can change little things about them. But when it comes to character, you cannot change a person's character. So I always look at that first. And I look at the heart. I always felt like you had a big heart. Like, I talked about this in the previous podcast, how, on our first date, you kind of showed me a little bit of your heart when you were talking about your ex and everything. And although, that's not the ideal, most people think like, talking about your ex on the first date is not the ideal thing. But to me, it showed me that you had a heart and you cared. And you wasn't just out here like, forget these girls, forget this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wasn't out here off of that. You had some goals and it seemed like you wanted to progress in a relationship. You wanted to get married.
Yeah, one day. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, that wasn't like the first thing I was thinking about. Like, man, I would I'm looking for a woman to marry, but I definitely was looking for a woman with integrity, who was caring, who was loving, who was submissive, but at the same time, a boss, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, got a good head on his shoulders, could take the lead, you know what I'm saying? A woman that's a leader. Just because a woman is submissive, I don't think that it takes away from her leadership qualities. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I what I mean by that is I can trust you with certain tasks, and I know that you can take care of it. You know what I'm saying? We can have intellectual conversations where you intrigue me and spark something in my mind, because of course I think I know it all. So to have you and have conversations with you where you enlighten me on certain topics or situations, man, that's just a great thing to have.
Yeah. And another thing is you pursued me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Most of the time, if a man wants a woman, he'll pursue her.
Yeah.
You pursued me. And then, even though we had like arguments in the beginning of our relationship,
I feel like that was, we were still getting to know each other
but you would not let me go.
Yeah,
you
because
would not let me go. Like, you put up a fight.
Yeah.
For a relationship. We both did, but
yeah, we did. Well, what gravitated me towards you. First, I want to just let it be known it wasn't the booty. It was definitely the beauty.
The beauty.
You know what I'm saying? But then I
You say
seen
the
the
line.
booty and I was like, she got the booty and the beauty. You see what I did there? But yeah, not on duty. Not on duty. I know. But
I'm
yeah.
cracking up.
Now the first thing that I remember about Nia is her beautiful, vibrant smile. Like when she came in the room, the lights was already lit up. When she came in the room, it was like somebody turned the lights up even more. I couldn't even see what is going on. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing that attracted me to her. I was like, man, I gotta figure out, what does this woman do? What does she like? What is she involved in?
Yeah.
And that day, I was kind of under the influence. God forgive me. But man, I was pouring out my whole life and soul, and she was just so receptive of it. Like, she was just so, you know, engaged with what I was saying.
Right.
Any other time I'd be talking to people and be like, all right, man, get it over with. I'm talking my head off. But she was listening to everything I was saying. She was responding, giving me good feedback. So right then and there, I was like, man, this could be my wife.
No, you did not say that right then and there. That is mine. But no, I definitely. The funny thing is, when I went to that event, I was not looking for someone to like, oh, I need to find somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
Like I was just going to have a good time, get some free food. Like my mind wasn't focused.
You hear that? You hear that? My brothers of Kaba Basai. I just came for the good
Look,
food.
I came for the food.
That's
I
it.
came for the drinks.
That's
I came
all.
for the fun, and that was it.
Yeah.
And it just so happened that you wanted to spend some quality time with me and talk to me. Like most guys don't. If they see me, most guys will be like, "Oh, I want your number, and I'm trying to talk to you." Okay, talk to me then. Like you actually talked to me. Like you know what I'm saying. You actually had a conversation, a deep conversation with me, which was rare. Like you don't get that.
Yeah, definitely, man. And here we are today.
Yeah, so let's define what is the one. Like, how do we define what it means to be the one?
Well, Well, I like to first start off by saying I feel like I don't know. I just really feel like it's the man's job to find the one, because we have to propose anyway, and of course, it has to be a mutual thing as far as relationship. We gotta like love, like being around, like having conversations with one another. But as far as making that move in order to be a wife, you know what I'm saying, and for me to be your husband, I have to propose to you.
Right.
It's not the other way around. So, I mean, of course, a woman has the decision to decide she wants to go through with it or not. But what's the likely of her saying no? Exactly. Unless he's abusive behind closed doors, or he mess around and cheated and didn't tell no one, and trying to hurry up and pull a fast one real quick to try to lock you down. But other than that, 90% of the time, 95% of the time, the woman is going to say yes if the man is doing everything he needs to be doing, Even
if y'all not doing everything y'all need to do. Like, if a woman really likes you.
I mean, of course not. You're not going to be perfect. What I mean by doing everything you need to be doing is basically just doing the thing, the basics. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Not the bare minimum. I hate to use that
No,
term,
not bare minimum, but the basics. Like y'all guys get along. Of course, you're going to have your disagreements and stuff like that, but that's not the end all be all. It's all a part of learning each other, try to understand each other. And that's where communication comes in. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that plays an important role in building a strong relationship. You know what I'm saying? As well as putting God first, because I feel like putting God first, that's like the main source. So we both look to that source for answers. So once we get those answers, we know how to be the proper husband or be the proper wife or be the proper companion, you know what I'm saying? Before we even get to the husband and wife, to know how to treat others, you know what I'm saying? Treat others how I want to be treated, you know what I'm saying? Love others despite what they do. And I'm not saying love others, they done smack you upside your head a couple of times, you know what I'm saying? You got to have discernment. But as far as, overall everything works out. Yes, you're gonna have your disagreements, but you know what I'm saying? Like if y'all feeling each other, y'all vibing off each other, and my guy decides to propose to you, man, say yes. This man, it takes a lot for a man to to propose. You know what I'm saying? Some men, they know within the first couple months that they want to marry this woman or whoever they dealing with. And sometimes it takes longer, Sometimes it's because of, I know for me personally, I feel like I wasn't mature enough,
right?
And man, I knew that you was gonna be my wife one day. I knew that I was going to propose to you. It's really about the right timing. You know what I'm saying? It was the right time, and like
timing is everything.
I had the funds at the time to invest in the ring that I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Not just getting the ring. You know what I'm saying? Not no offense to my brothers out there that could get what they can afford, but at the time, man, business was booming. I was like, yo, it's time. It's just the opportunity met with that moment, and I just took advantage of it. I just felt like it was time, and and I set that thing up real nice, y'all. Let me tell you what I did. So man, I knew, I was like, man, I'm gonna marry her. It's final. This is it. This is what I want to do. My mind's made up, and I'm about to go do this thing. So the first thing that I did that I messed up with was tell her father, her sister, and everybody, hey, come with me to go shopping for a ring. Now it's okay to tell the parents that, okay, I'm looking to marry your daughter or your sister. You know what I'm saying?
Have to, like,
but as far as trying to involve them into going ring shopping, it could be a hit or miss.
Because you should know me. You should know.
I should know.
Your
and yo, trust me, y'all. I was doing research. What is the best cut ring? You know what I'm saying? That a woman really like. You guys, I'm gonna just give y'all the answers right here. Pearl cut. You know what I'm saying? The pearl cut diamond. That is like
the pearl cut.
Yeah, that's
pear.
I mean, yeah, pearl cut. My bad, y'all.
I'm like pearl cut.
Pearl cut. Yeah, the pearl cut diamond. They said that I looked on different sources all across the internet, and a lot of them was saying that is like the go-to for women. They love that cut of diamond. And man, I went to go searching all over the mall. I didn't find it right then and there. And then I had a lot of people in my ear. Oh, you should do this, you should do that. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna have to leave. I'm gonna have to come back. So I left, came back by myself. I found a perfect ring. I found a perfect deal. And there's no brain. I copped that thing immediately.
Right.
As far as getting the ring size, you guys, you gotta be clever with it. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be trying to find the ring size a couple of months or even a year before you propose. This is something that you just got to figure out along the way, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like well in advance, because if you try to, oh yeah, what ring you with? Oh, I want to buy you a ring. It's just kind of hot. And even if you are in that moment and you are under 1 year and you looking to figure out what size ring your girl wears, man, take her to the mall, man. That's the best way to do it. Take it to the mall. All right, babe. This is what you do right here. You go look at jewelry as if you're looking for yourself. Oh, I like these chains. Oh, I'm looking at these chains. Then you start looking at, oh, babe, look at these rings. Why don't you try on one of these rings? These rings look cool. Get you a promise ring or something. What size you wear anyway? Oh, 6, 7. All right, cool, man. All right, you know what? All right, we out of here. I don't really like any.
Okay, but before we get to the ring, because we still gotta make sure this person is
man.
The
look,
one.
I'm dropping some gems.
I'm
trying to drop some gems for my guys. I'm trying to get straight to the point.
I know, but they didn't find the one.
You know what I'm saying?
They don't even know if this person is the one.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm just so invested in my marriage, man. I'm so invested that, man, I just love telling this story. But go ahead, hold it down, hostess.
I'm just saying from a woman's point of view, because you're right. Like, that's y'all decision.
Yeah.
Y'all make the final decision. Like, all right, it's time to make the next step.
Yeah.
But for women, Like a lot of women, like, how can I find the right guy? And it's like more so to find the one, you have to be the one. You know what I'm saying? You have to be one within yourself, right? So at that time, you have to do that self-work.
Okay.
Because no man is going to want you if you haven't even took the time to take care of yourself. And I'm not saying take care of yourself like go get your nails done and go get your hair done. Like, yeah, that's nice and all. But have you done the self-work to correct your flaws? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Look yourself in the mirror and say, what is going on with me? How can I be better? How can I be a better woman for me? Not for no man, but for me. How can I heal from the past relationships I've been in? You know? Instead of keep getting caught in the same cycle over and over again.
I feel that.
Yeah, because a lot of women, I'm not gonna lie, because I used to be this way too. That's why I can speak that way, because a lot of women think that when they're finding the one, it's going to be a fairy tale. It's going to be like this fairy tale
definitely not going to be moment. It's not.
And everything's just going to make sense.
Yeah.
But that is not true.
I feel like that's what the world tells you is supposed to be like. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, women out here. Go for the man that you want. Go for the preference of the man that you want. I'm not saying lower your standards now. We're not saying that. We saying, look, you might find a guy that has all the things that you're looking for, and then he might have some flaws, but you have to remember that you are not perfect either. So are you either willing to work with that, or you're not trying to work with that at all? You got to make that decision. And if you feel like you can work with certain things, then go ahead and give this guy your all. And nowadays, in 2024, women, what?
Because it's hard. You know, nowadays, it's just like these women, they not trying to settle for nothing. Like, not saying you should settle. What I'm saying is, if the man don't got everything on your list, if he not making more than you, or if he not tall enough, or if he don't have the right shoes on. Have you seen that pop the balloon thing?
Yeah.
And everybody looking at what the person got on. Oh, I don't like your outfit. But this man just told you that he's a lawyer, he's God-fearing, and he wants a family and kids.
Yeah.
But you looking at his shoes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That is the type of mindset that a lot of women today have.
Well, thank God I don't have to deal with that. And it is unfortunate, but praise the Lord that me, Jonathan Williams, don't got to deal with that. So we could talk about it all we want, but hey, they gonna have to figure out either they want to be cat lady or that lady. Which one?
Yeah.
Which one you want to be? Because like I said, you can't expect all this stuff, but yet you got your flaws too. And you might say, yeah, I got all the materialistic things, but how are your feelings? How are your emotions? How is your character? Like, you know, when things piss you off, how do you react in those certain situations? You got to be a man's piece. And like I said, women, of course, you going to have some F-boys out there that don't deserve all of that. But how would you even know if you really don't understand, get to know? And that's why I feel like it starts from the very beginning. Right. First of all, I'm going to tell my daughter, don't give up nothing unless you fully know who this man is. Like, fully know. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's why I feel like women shouldn't rush into having sex with men, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like once that gets involved, then the feelings get involved. Judgment even though cloudy. Women be like, oh, sex don't really, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, it is some gangster women out here to be like, sex don't really matter, don't mean nothing to me. I'm gonna keep it gangster. And that's a little scary. But,
you
know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, as far as sex, man, because honestly, I feel like it makes you even more exclusive. Like, Neil, you know, she wasn't trying to give me her number from the jump. You know, she kept making me try over and over and over again. And that made me want her even more. You know what I'm saying? It didn't make me like, oh, forget her. I'm done trying with her. I'm gonna find somebody easier. Nah, it was like, man, like this woman must be special. I'm gonna keep trying, you know what I'm saying? And so that's why I feel like, and then and this how you vet it out right there. If the man can't handle it and understand that, then he's not the one for you.
Exactly.
Simple as that.
Exactly.
Because he's not mature enough to understand that. Let me get to know this woman first. You know what I'm saying? And I truly want to get to know her before, she feels like she can open up to me, because I'm not trying to forcefully take it. That's rape. You know what I'm saying? Or that's manipulation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not trying to do that. I want her to genuinely love me and know me for who I truly am, because that way I can truly be myself and be comfortable with her. I could be vulnerable with her. I could tell her whatever, my heart is, whatever I'm dealing with, as a man, we gotta be strong-minded, positive all the time, ambitious, you know what I'm saying? Can't really show no feelings, you know what I'm saying? But once you find a woman that you could be vulnerable with and you can, just talk it out with her, man, I'm trying to tell you, it makes you a better man at the end of the day. So men, look for women like that.
Yeah.
And women, look for men that's willing to give you the time that you need and not rush you into doing something that you don't want to do.
If honestly, if he just talking about sex with you the whole time, he most likely is not the one.
Come on, women, y'all got to pay attention to these red flags.
First of all, if a man is not taking you out on dates, that is a red flag.
If he's just trying to come in the house and chill, and Netflix and chill. Yeah.
Seriously, we need to look at this. We need to start taking it seriously.
Then men be like, some women be, that's all they promote. You know what I'm saying? But then it be like, I guess, guys out here, doing what they want to do, still living free. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. As a 31-year-old man that's been there, done that, I feel like you just going to eventually get to a point where it's like, man, you got to have standards. Like, you can't just be going for a shorty that be, showing booty on every post. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong. It's okay for women to be sexy. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm talking about that raunchy stuff, like shaking butt in every video, showing under her butt pictures and just wilding, straight wilding. Now, you know what I'm saying? She got a couple of bikini pics. Okay, that's cool. You know what I'm saying?
But just some sex appeal. You don't even have to show
sex
skin
appeal.
to be sexy.
Yeah, you don't. But I'm just saying, even women like that, because I don't want women to feel like, they might have a bikini joint on there and I'm not worthy. Like, nah. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, man, if you just horny and so horny that you see that and you just like, man, I just want her for the sex. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, men are visual, but man, you know what I'm saying? Like, it gotta be more to that, because when I seen it wasn't like, I'm trying to bust that bubble immediately. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, I think like, she really look good. Like, she a keeper. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to treat her as such. I want to take my time with her. You know what I'm saying? I want to get to understand her, really know her. You know what I'm saying? And even though I wasn't as mature enough for that to receive what she got to give, you know what I'm saying? It made me become mature. It kind of like sped up that process, because I knew that's what I wanted. And overall, it made me a better man. It helped me be more mature in my finances, more mature in my my career life. You know what I'm saying? More mature in being a father. You know what I'm saying? It just helped me all across the board. So, man, it's like, brothers, we not gonna be young forever. And I know, some people, brothers out there just want to live their best life. But man, continue that legacy, man. Yeah. Continue that legacy.
So let's talk a little bit about compatibility in relationships, and like the importance of like having the same values, goals, communication styles. Like, let's talk a little bit about that.
Companionship.
No, compatibility.
Compatibility.
Yeah.
As far as knowing that you're compatible.
Yeah, when I say compatibility, I'm not talking about the superficial stuff like, we like the same color, we had the same birthday. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about deeper stuff.
Okay.
Do we want kids? How many kids do we want? These type of questions we should be asking in the very beginning of any relationship.
Yeah.
Or when you're dating.
I feel that.
Do you want to be married? Because God forbid you start talking to somebody and dating them for 6 months down the line, and then you finally get to ask them, "Do you want to be married?" And they tell you no.
Yeah, that's why I feel like those are the important, and that's why I was talking about as far as from a woman perspective, or even men. Like you have to. These are the questions to ask in the very beginning before you even take it to that next level, because let's say, hey, you already jump in it, and then your feelings get attached, but then,
Yeah.
oh, they don't want to have kids, and you want to have kids.
Mm,
Oh, they don't
trust
plan
me.
on being married, and you want to get married one day, and then you like, man, I just gave it up. I just gave up
Yeah.
myself,
Wasted your time.
and this man or this woman
Don't
don't
even
even want
want.
what I want in the future.
Right.
You know what
Why?
I'm
So
saying?
why
See,
are we here? Why are
why
we
are we
doing
here
this?
wasting my time? Don't waste your
Exactly.
time. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Just because a brother look good or a woman, she looking nice, she beautiful, doesn't mean she the right one. That's what I'm saying. It's a vetting process. You know what I'm saying? Are you
Yeah.
even worthy to ride this ride? You dig what I'm talking about?
And I'm not gonna lie, if a man tell you he don't want kids or he don't want to be married, you need to run. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
well,
let
I
you know
mean,
that
but
right now.
that's only if
Trust me.
they don't. If that's only if the woman doesn't want kids or get married. Because some women don't want kids, some women don't want to get married.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's like, why even date
Yeah.
if you don't want anything?
I mean,
like, you
it
know what I'm
just be
saying?
like that, man. People
But
got their
yeah,
own
I
preferences,
guess people
man.
got their own thing. But look, that's what I'm saying. Like, if this is for people who are trying to seek.
Yeah, trying to seek
more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And looking for that relationship.
Yeah,
so,
I feel that.
So yeah.
What to look for.
Right.
And then of course communication, man. If I had to choose one thing to have to grow, to maintain, to build, maintain, grow relationship, it would be communication.
Yeah.
Because if I can't say I'm sorry, or you can't say you sorry, or if I can't say you look good and you can't say I look good, if I can't give you good advice or you can't give me good advice, if we can't come to an understanding when you having a disagreement or I have a disagreement, then like, man, it's tough. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine you always say that I'm wrong.
Right.
And I know daggone well you ain't perfect. So I know sometimes you wrong too. I will go crazy. I'm like, yo, this girl don't ever apologize or nothing when I know she wrong. Like, I'll be looking at myself like, am I tripping? That's frustrating.
No, I mean, that's how we were in the beginning because we were still getting to know each other. Like, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. When we first got together, like, I'm gonna say like that first 3 years was
because
rough.
it's our pride. We both had pride. Both our prides was up here, and we just
that first 3 years of dating.
Yeah,
like I don't even know how we made it through because we were fighting like cats and dogs about little stuff,
complaining.
Just
it was just something.
I remember one time we was fighting about bacon, me burning the bacon one time.
It was just something about Nia just giving me that look, and it was just, man, it was ticking me off.
That looked like
every time. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it was, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm going back to the whole fairy tale thing.
Yeah,
it's not going to ever be a fairy tale.
Yeah, I don't want people to think, oh, it's a fairy, because I feel like people go off what they see on social media. They see all the beautiful things, but they don't really see the behind the scenes, and so they assume that their life's supposed to be all peachy clean. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the case. All
right, so let's talk about chemistry and connection.
Okay.
Because you do have to have some type of connection, even though I personally don't think it's going to be like a fairy tale moment. You know, some people may have that fairy tale moment, like, you know, they meet the man of their dreams or the woman of their dreams, and they automatically know, like, this is the person I'm gonna marry, and everything is just like butterflies afterwards. But for the people who don't have that chemistry, we still have to have some type of chemistry.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about.
What's your favorite color? Blue. Oh, mine's blue too. What's your favorite food?
You got the same initials as me.
I like tacos. I like tacos too, girl. You know what I'm saying?
No, we not talking about that. We talking about.
Yo, I feel like that's like the honeymoon stage of dating. You know what I'm saying? How they say the honeymoon stage of when you first get married, everything is just like
because you gotta like this person that you know.
Yeah, I mean that's the initial thing. Like I'm feeling this person. You know what I'm saying? It's not until couple of weeks, months in, you start to see who this. Cause you know some people could put up a facade. You know what I'm saying? Some people real good at manipulating. You know what I'm saying? And making it seem like it's something that is not. That's why you gotta invest that time into them.
Right. And I always say you want to see people in all seasons or most seasons. Like you want to see.
That's a good point right there.
Yeah. You want to see what someone is like when they have lost something, maybe a job.
Yeah.
God forbid, a family member, friend, like.
Yeah. When things are good or when things are bad.
You want to see all of those. How they interact with their parents, their siblings. Do they talk about their parents
That's a fact.
or their siblings in a bad way?
Do they have a good relationship?
They gossip about their friends?
Yeah.
You know, how do people interact with them? Do people respect them or they don't? You know what I'm saying? You want to see people in all elements. You want to see them in all elements. And that way you'll get a better understanding of who they are as a person.
Yeah, definitely.
And also, can you love this person through their flaws?
Yeah.
Can you love them even when they're in a bad season?
Yeah.
Do you still like them? You know, that is a big one.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so you got to think about that because a lot of us think that chemistry is just like that butterfly stage.
Yeah, in the very beginning when you just,
someone's you crushing on somebody.
It's that new feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Let's think about it though. How many crushes have you had in your lifetime? Since you only 30 something. How many crushes have you had?
Endless.
Exactly. So it has to be a little bit further than the crush stage.
I still got this one crush that I'm crushing on currently. Her name is Nia. I got a big crush on her.
Oh, I hope so.
I hope so. See, look at that chemistry. You know what I'm saying? We like Shaq and Kobe before they started beefing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Finishing the sentences too, or just sometimes you
she
can't
definitely
really
be finishing my
sentence.
I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of scary. She definitely be telling me how I feel when I ain't trying to share how I'm feeling, which is kind of scary. I'm like, yo, are you a psychic? Like,
no, I just know you very well.
Like she know me too well.
And
there's no way I can get. There's no way I can. I can't get nothing past her.
Yeah, you can't.
I can't. Man, you know that. It's by the grace of God that I can surprise her with gifts and stuff like that. I really had to be like sealed tight. I gotta act like it's a normal day. You know what I'm saying? Really gotta be the actor of the year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So just know. I mean, but that takes time.
Yeah, it takes time. It do.
Even though I did when we met, I felt like I knew you. I felt like we were already friends.
Yeah. I mean, I just got that effect on people. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you think it's just a you thing? Or is
I'm not gonna lie. Like a lot of people that I encounter with, men and women,
they say that about you.
Nah, they just be like, man, like I feel like it's my personality. Yeah. I feel like I got just such a vulnerable personality. But did you feel that way
with me?
Yeah, I did. Exactly. Immediately.
So I don't think it's just.
I felt like I got back what I was giving to you. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times I'm vulnerable with others, and I don't really, they be a little off. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's because I'm not afraid to show who I am. You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of people are scared of that. You know what
I'm saying? I love to show who I am because I want people to accept me for who I am. Because if I feel like I got a fake around you, then I can't be around you.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about you, because you are what you see. You know what I'm saying? Like you get what you get with you.
And I'm not afraid to. Yeah, I'm not afraid to.
And
show
sometimes, people don't understand you because you're like that.
But I know. Some people may think I'm crazy or,
But I feel like I knew you.
Bold,
like I just understood you very well.
You know what I'm saying? Just say anything, but really just be like, man, it's just really just me being me, man. Lord made me this way.
Yeah.
And I used to always feel like, dang, I used to come to me like, not getting received well, and I'm just coming back to her, and she just like, man, you are fine just the way you are.
Yeah.
It just reassured me that, you know, God made me perfectly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So the big question is, if you like this person, do you like this person?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a factor. All right, so next we're going to talk about shared values and beliefs.
Oh,
because that, honestly, that should have been number one.
That's important, man.
That's a huge one.
That's very number one. I don't see how people like me, in my opinion, and I'm gonna stand on it. You know what I'm saying? I don't see how people of a Christian could be like, oh, I'm gonna fall in love with this Muslim. Like, off the rip, I'm not gonna lie. It's not, I don't have nothing against Muslims. I got family, friends that are Muslim that I love them with all my heart. But it's just like certain things, as if we want to become one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't be divided in the same household. You got two different beliefs going on.
Because I don't really believe, like, you know, you can only serve one God. You can't serve multiple gods. Because if that was the case, Muslims would serve Christian, you know. But then, you know, it's the argument of, oh, Muslims think that, you know, we believe in Jesus too. But y'all just say he a prophet. He's our Lord and Savior. He's more than just a prophet.
Right.
Straight up.
Yeah.
And straight up, that's the only way to the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah, and then I don't want to have to be badgering you and arguing with you about God and Jesus. Like, I want you to already know.
Yeah, how we gonna get along?
I'm like, I'm not trying to sit up here and preach to you why you should.
Because some people you just can't change. Like, you just can't change their beliefs and stuff like that. So I'm not even about to go there with you.
But that's a journey that I feel like people need to walk down by themselves before they get in any relationship. You need to figure out your values, your morals, your beliefs. You need to have your own beliefs.
Yeah.
Not just because someone else thinks this way. You need to have it for yourself and find that relationship with God for yourself before you get in any relationship, period. And now let's talk about red flags. I feel like it's the big one right here.
Oh yeah, red flags. Man.
So what are some red flags?
I feel like we kind of like touched on that though. Red flags.
Women, for you personally.
I mean, so for me personally, red flags for me. A woman who is just, you know, damn, I can't even really how can I explain this. Someone
selfishness, like
I don't like selfishness, like
you don't like loud girls.
Yeah, I like prissy girls, you know, girls that walk, you know, the little switch, you know, just real taking their time, real delicate, you know what I'm saying? I don't like no tomboyish girl, you know, that's kind of like a red flag for me.
Yeah. But some people do like that.
Yeah, some people, but I'm just as far as Jonathan.
But I'm trying to think.
What else? A woman that's not submissive. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to be dominant all the daggone time, you know, it's just like, you know, I respect women, you know, just trying to take control, you know, and I'll let you take control. But sometimes as the man, it's my nature to lead the way. So let me lead the way and don't try to fight me when I'm trying to lead the way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, it's one thing if I'm trying to lead you to destruction, you need to run the other way. But if I'm trying to, you know, positively lead you in the way, girl, you better follow me.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm saying? You see what Nia did. That's why she's here right now. Yeah.
And I love that you talked about submission, because that's a huge one. Because a lot of women get that confused as far as submission and catering.
No, you're not my slave.
Right.
They hear submissive like, I'm slave.
No, that's the thing. Because they look at submissive as you're catering to your man.
Can we look up the word submissive?
Yeah. Look it up real quick. But just to go back to that, like, just because you're submissive doesn't mean, like, catering and submissiveness is two different things. People think like, oh, I rub my man back, I massage his feet, I cook him a meal, I please him, da 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 da. That is catering to your man. I want everybody to know that is catering, and that's good to cater. But you also need to know how to be submissive. And being submissive is, in other terms, obedient. What is it? Give me the definition.
It says submissive, ready to conform to the authority or will of others.
Yeah, so obedience Cause
meekly, obedient, or passive.
Yeah, so as a wife, we're supposed to submit to our husband as we are to God. You know what I'm saying? In that sense. So being submissive to God is being obedient to what his word says, right?
Yeah, but a lot of people don't even want to follow the Lord, God's word. So
but that's what I'm saying.
I want to do what I want to do.
Yeah, and that's where the problem comes.
It say right here, it says submitting does not mean one is weak. In fact, being able to submit takes incredible strength and trust in your partner.
Right. So, but that's where the trust and you as a man, that's why God said be a leader, protector, provider over your family.
Yeah.
That is your role as a man in the family. So that way I can do my job as a woman.
And that's what you vet him out from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Because like if
it starts from the dating.
If this man is not giving you leadership qualities, then what are you doing? You can't just go off the looks. Right. You know what I'm saying? You can't just go off this nigga 6'5", and handsome.
Right.
You can't just go off of that.
Yeah. And
you know what I'm saying?
You gotta be submissive. I'm sorry. We have to be submissive as women. That is our role. That is our job and our duty. And that's our assignment in our marriage and our relationships. And being submissive to your husband is not rubbing his back. Yeah. It's not massaging his feet and cooking him a meal. Mm-hmm. Being submissive to you is being obedient to you. Mm-hmm. And I hate to use that word obedient because some people view it as a negative connotation, like, like he's not, in charge of me. He's not my master. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not that way. But if you tell me, Nia, we gonna stay home this weekend. We gonna write down our goals, our dreams. We're gonna create a budget and we're gonna stick to that budget. And when you go to the grocery store, I need you to stick to that budget. Guess what? As your submissive wife, I'm gonna do exactly what you said. I'm gonna do exactly that. Because at the end of the day, I trust you to be the leader of the household and to steer us in the right direction as a family. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do.
But don't get it twisted, y'all. Yes, you want a submissive woman. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, what does the Bible say? It says Ephesians 5:25, husband, love your wives just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. So we have a role in being submissive to our wife too.
Thank you.
I know you heard of the happy wife, happy life. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, you cook for me, you clean for me, you wash my clothes, you do all these things, and I'm gonna sit back and do nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's 50-50, man. It's times where Nia not gonna be able to wash the dishes or wash the clothes. I'm not about to just sit back and just let the clothes pile up or just let the dishes pile up. I'm gonna step in and I'm gonna take care of it. And I'm not gonna criticize her or just emphasize, hey, I wash the dishes, so you need to watch. Like, nah, it's a team effort, man.
Yeah, it's a partnership. That's why it says nobody is ahead of anyone in this.
That's what I'm saying. I hate when men just be like, oh, you weak if you wash the dishes. You weak if you like what? You
Who
tripping.
said that?
Nah, man, people on social media be going crazy.
That's why we can't go off of social media.
And that's why,
we gotta have a mind of our own.
Yeah. No, you have to have a God-fearing mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because our hearts are deceitful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Very deceitful. But I definitely agree with you. I'm glad that you brought up that point because a lot of people think that, my wife is supposed to do everything. The woman is supposed to do everything in a relationship. And all the work is on her.
Yeah, and all I'm supposed to do is make money.
Go make money. That's not enough.
That's cool. You make that money, brother.
Because some women out here making money too, and that's the problem. But
I look at it like this: like you are a human being at the end of the day too. You do get tired, you get exhausted as well, And at the same time, man, when it comes down to it, if I want to take you somewhere nice, I'm gonna take some of that load off of you. So when it's time to go somewhere nice, you still got energy to enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like certain stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Or I know you had a long day with the kids. I'll take care of washing the clothes or finishing the chores around the house because once you're done with the kids, I don't know, you'll have enough energy and time to spend with me when it's our alone time. So it's like certain things like that. It's like, man, suck it up. Be a man. Because think about it. If you was a man by yourself, a bachelor, You would have to wash your own clothes, wash your dishes, clean the house. You need to do stuff around the house. Was you just gonna leave your house dirty and say, I'm just waiting for a woman to clean up for me? No. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's not leadership qualities.
That takes maturity though. A lot of men,
No, that takes being clean.
No, I'm saying it takes maturity to help out.
I wouldn't say that, man. I feel like it's how you was raised too, because my mother ain't play that. Every Saturday, you getting up and clean. And
I'm not just
I used
talking
to
about
hate
the cleaning
it.
aspect, just being there to help.
No, or just being, you know what I'm saying, just doing what you need to do in general. You know what I'm saying? My mother put emphasis on that.
Again, that takes maturity too.
Yeah.
It took you, you had to get to that point. I feel like a lot of men got to get to that point.
I guess so.
Can you agree? Like, a lot of men aren't mature enough to say, "Oh, let me help out. Let me do. My wife is tired or my girl's tired. Let me step in and take the load off of her instead of playing the video games." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you just gotta get rid of that laziness.
Yeah, that
sometimes
lazy.
you get lazy. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I do be getting lazy. I ain't gonna sit here and be like I'm perfect. Sometimes I be lazy, and they be like, "Oh, can you wash the dishes for me?" And I be like, "Nah, I don't feel like it, but I'll do it."
But see, the thing is, relationships are rarely 50-50.
Yeah. Why you say that?
Because people expect, okay, you give me 50, so guess what? I get to put in 52. Sometimes it's 80-20, like you just said.
Yeah.
You don't feel like washing dishes, or
right.
sometimes it's 60-40. Like, you cannot expect your relationship to always be 50-50.
Yeah.
You can't expect to always go 50-50 on a bill.
Yeah, you're right.
Sometimes you're gonna have to pay that 100.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. Like, we have to love.
You gotta learn how to adjust.
Yeah, we have to love each other enough. That's why the Bible says love everyone. Love people as if you love yourself, because you would do it for yourself, but you won't do it for your man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel that.
So, and that's why I'm saying you got to make sure you got the right man though to do it for. You can't just be out here doing it for any old guy. That's why it starts from finding a God-fearing guy who really has a relationship with Christ, not just someone who goes to church and talks about it, someone who their heart posture shows.
And ultimately, I feel like men, like, we don't necessarily look for like a woman that could cook, clean, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we look for a woman that we can just have peace.
Right.
I feel like that is like the most important part. Someone I could come to, oh, you don't really cook like that. You don't really ain't the best cook. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I can show you something, or we can learn together. Or you don't really clean like that. Let me show you a way, or ways that we can clean together, or whatever the case may be. But if I could come to you and I get that peace, we could figure everything else out later. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I don't want no dirty person though. You know what I'm saying? Clean, like, nah, I ain't gonna lie. It's peace and cleanliness, cause
but there's some people can love people through their dirtiness. Like, you may not be the cleanliest person, but some people, look, think about it. Everybody's not as clean. So some people are able to say, you know what, I love you through this is a flaw. I still love you, but we're going to have to figure out how we can clean better.
Undirty together.
Yeah, undirty.
I don't know about that one, but yeah.
No, so, like, everybody's not as clean.
Yeah, but you got to have some form of cleanliness. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, your room might get a little junky, but, as long as you know how to clean it up. You know what I'm saying? But if you just leaving it like that.
Yeah, I agree. Like,
your bathroom looking crazy, you just leaving it like that. Nah, it's a red flag.
Yeah, it's a red flag for me, but for some people it's not. That's what I'm saying. Like, my red flags may be different, a deal breaker for some people.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas my red flags are, you can work through it. Yeah. We can work through it because you love me and you see past that. Okay. You see past my flaws.
At the end of the day, what she's saying is do what works for you, but also put God first in whatever you do. I feel like you put God first, and you have different preferences than others, but just put God first, and that will take care of everything else. Mm-hmm. God says, seek Him first, and He will take care of all things. You know what I'm saying? Literally, like, Do that, man. And I feel like that is the main thing.
Yeah,
So
and
whether
stop
your
thinking.
preference is big, tall, fat, small, put God first and he will give you what you need. Simple
Yeah.
as that, period. You know what I'm
And
saying?
literally, we can't change nobody. We
Yeah,
can't
we can't
change
change
any
it. Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I can't
Sometimes we
change it.
think as women
Man,
that
I thought I could change Nia, but she ended up changing me.
no, you changed.
Crazy.
I didn't change you. You changed for
Yeah,
me.
yeah. It was like, but it was like, it wasn't necessarily changing, it was growing. I wouldn't say
Ooh, and that's
change.
exactly.
It was growing.
And that's our next point, actually.
Yeah.
So, sometimes, you get in a relationship, you're young, you're vibrant. Relationships evolve, they change over time.
Yeah.
How do we grow together and strengthen our bond and that? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes,
being vulnerable, showing our flaws, really showing what we're struggling with, what we're dealing with, and trying to help each other to get through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely agree.
Yeah.
Like in the beginning, our relationship was rocky.
Yeah.
But as we matured and we grew in our, just relationship and our beliefs and how we thought, our relationship got stronger.
Yeah.
And now we can sit here and have these conversations.
I know.
Which is crazy because think back on it, years, 5-6 years ago, we wasn't thinking like this.
We wasn't thinking
to have these conversations.
Yeah, we wasn't. I didn't even have the knowledge that I have, the wisdom that I have, the ideas, thoughts, whole just thought process.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's because, like I said, it wasn't about changing. It was about growing. It was being. That's what I'm saying. And this points me to another important part.
Mm-hmm.
Men always trying to think, oh, I need to have this, and this figured out before I can marry a woman.
Mm-hmm.
When whole time, she probably is the way that you can be the best self. You'll be your best self. You know what I'm saying?
And
think about it. Yeah. Adam, God created Adam. He created Eve from his rib. He was missing a rib. It was something that he needed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What if that, God created this woman for you to need her. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
We are
to be fruitful and multiply.
We are supposed to grow together.
Yeah.
That's what God intended.
That's what I'm saying. So you might not meet someone that has everything and they might have some flaws. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's meant for you to help them get to that point of seeing them, how you seen them, or the potential that you see in them. And I know some people be like, oh, I can't just go off the potential, but how is your mind? Because I feel like, if you are still thinking, if you still have a carnal mindset, then you might want to reevaluate that because you ain't perfect yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to reevaluate that. You got to reevaluate yourself. And like I said, it all comes down to putting God first. We here sitting right here at this table because we put God first. Right. We have a great relationship because we put God first. You know what I'm saying? We are still together. We just hit a year.
Oh yeah,
being married. Anniversary just passed
2
in
days
May.
Ago, yeah.
Yep.
May 6th.
May 6th. You know what I'm saying?
1 year down.
1 year down.
Forever to go.
May 6th.
But yeah, that's a great point that you brought up.
2023, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, man, don't get it twisted. Don't think, oh, I got to be making well over 200, 300K. You know what I'm saying? Or just even over 100K. Or I need to have I already got to have a house. Or, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's the basic things. Of course, you want a car. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you want to have your own place to stay. I'm saying, even if you don't, that doesn't mean that, oh, I can't find a wife or I'm not qualified for a wife. Because who's to say you're a recent graduate, you fall in love with a woman who really loves you, your company, enjoys you. You got a car, but you just don't have a house right now, and you staying at Mondu's house or Pop's crib and saving up for that next move. and you mess around and end up marrying this woman, like you never know, and it'd be crazy because God will work it out where you and your future wife end up getting a house together. I mean, or crib together, or whatever case may
Some
be.
people, that's the problem. So many people procrastinate or just like miss out on their blessings because they're trying to. I want my finances to be in order.
Yeah.
I want to have this before I find my wife. I want to do this.
I want to do that. I just seen something recently.
If you wait on that, you will never get what you something recently are supposed to get. You will not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they was interviewing older folks, and every single one of them, it wasn't even like a 90%. Every single older person that this guy interviewed was saying if they could go back and change one thing or two things, they all said, or what would they be more grateful for? They all said family, relationships, experiences. They said, all of them said money was overrated, material things was overrated, and some of them was rich, but they was like, man, I missed out on having a family, and I just feel like I long for that void in my life of having a wife or a husband.
What's more valuable?
Because here I am alone.
Right. What's more valuable?
Here I am alone.
The money or the family to share life with, and life experiences.
Yeah.
And to truly figure out what life is all about. It's about relationships.
Yeah, it is about relationships.
It ain't about money. Money comes and goes.
Yeah, money comes and goes. You lose it, you can get it real quick. But your family, you lose your mom, you lose your dad, you lose your best friend, you lose your brother, you lose your sister. You ain't no getting them right back.
That's the problem.
So that's what you gotta make sure.
It's so deceptive.
Your brother be like, hey, let's go happy hour, let's go grab a bite to eat. Make sure you did. Oh, your kids got a football game, basketball game, and you end up, I gotta go to this meeting, reschedule the meeting, make it to the game, because tomorrow's not promised.
I hate when people say, some of my kids had to miss out on Christmas and Thanksgiving and all this because we were trying to build a bag. So you deprive your kids of life memories and experiences and family time because you wanted to make the bag. The bag's gonna come.
Yeah,
God's gonna provide for
Gilbert
you.
Arenas
You're working,
just talking trash.
Just
about this basketball player.
What?
My bad to cut you off. I'm sorry, but Gilbert Arenas talking trash about this basketball player because he was playing in. I forgot the basketball player name, but they in the playoffs right now, and he like, you tripping. He had his son was born, and he didn't go to the game. Instead, he went to go see his son being born. And Gilbert Arenas like, yo, you tripping. Your son gonna always be there. But it's like, bro, you never gonna get that experience back again. And look, they end up winning the game by 20 plus points. So it's like, man, get out of here with that, man.
Yeah.
And you see how men like that, they don't have not married, nothing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? All they got is these sour opinions.
As women, we have to be strong, because if the man is supposed to be the leader, we're supposed to help them. We are the help. So little do we know, we have influence over men.
Yeah.
We have a strong influence over the decisions men make.
Think about it. Like, we transitioning.
We look at
middle school to high school.
Even if we look at in the Bible, we can look at the earliest relationship, Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
Who influenced Adam to eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil? Eve did.
Yeah.
The serpent, she was deceived. Eve
she was deceived by the serpent, but then she went to go say, hey, Adam.
She influenced Adam to do it.
But Adam was there the whole time.
He was there the whole time, but she influenced. If she would have never did it, he would have never did it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then we can look at Queen Esther.
Yeah.
She saved the Jews. She saved her people because of the influence she had over the king.
Mm-hmm.
He had a strong liking for her. Yeah. Out of all the wives that he had, she had something special. She was able to influence and make a change and help her family and her culture.
Yeah.
And we got to ask ourselves, do we want to be a Eve or Esther?
Okay.
To a man. Do we want to be Eve or Esther? Do we want our decisions to negatively impact our men our relationships, or do we want it to impact them in a positive way?
Yeah.
So we have to first look at ourselves, and we have to be the best we can be for ourselves in order to find or help a man get to where he needs to be.
I feel that.
And I'm not saying that, oh, we gotta be the savior. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women come in and they try to be a mother to a man. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we have to grow together. We have to be willing to start here.
Yeah.
To get here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are here, but they want a man up here. That don't make sense.
Yeah. So
we definitely have to make sure that we are, you know, where we want to be in order to find that man.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's all I'm gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
As far as that.
I feel that.
So let's move on to the next point. Let's talk about commitment and effort.
Commitment.
Yeah, because people are scared to make commitment. Like, just maintaining a healthy and fulfilling relationship. Just the amount of commitment it takes to be in a relationship.
Yeah, it takes a lot of unselfishness, you know.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, it's men out here cheating.
Yeah,
and they married and cheating.
I don't know. Like I said, man, it all
and
points.
Women too.
It all points back to God for me. Because think about it, like, you know, if you're not constantly in your word, you want to fall short of sin. Mm-hmm. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? We are sinful beings. You know, if you're not constantly in your word, you're not constantly praying, you know, it's going to be easy for you to fall victim to your flesh. So I literally use my relationship with the Lord, you know, because a lot of people don't study, you know, really study the word. You know what I'm saying? Not just reading the devotional or the plan for the day, but literally going from a book and reading the whole book out and get an understanding of that book. You know what I'm saying? And really try to understand, you know, when Jesus walked this earth, you know, even in the Old Testament, when they prophesied about Jesus, just really understanding the word of God. Because it's a lot of situations that I've been in that I could quote scripture to get me through. Right. And I always think that if I didn't know this scripture, how will I get through this? You know what I'm saying? So it just made me even more grateful and thankful that I do have that relationship with the Lord. And so, like I said, all of this points back to God, man. If you want to be strong, if you want to be spiritually strong, you know what I'm saying? Think about it. You go to the gym, you know what I'm saying? You go to the gym to get stronger, you know, physically and mentally stronger, you know, consistently going to the gym. You're not just about to go to the gym for a week and then think you're going to be strong for the whole year. It's something that you got to do daily, routinely, consistently. So I feel like the same thing with the word of God. Like, you got to continuously be in it, or unless you're going to be weak. You know what I'm saying? Them biceps and them chests and them legs not going to be as strong when it comes down to lift that heavy weight, you know, that heavy load. You know what I'm saying? So when life get hard, when life get heavy, you know what I'm saying? You're going to need the word of God. You're going to need the armor of God to get through, to withstand those situations, those trials and tribulations. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, once you get out of it, you know, they'll give you a testimony, something to help others with, because you can't have a testimony unless you go through the test. But yeah, man, it all points back to the Lord, man. Just putting God first, studying his word, and you won't fall victim into cheating on your wife. Of course, I might think that other women are attractive, but I would never.
The grass ain't greener, baby.
Yeah, I would never take that leap of messing with some woman, really going out of my way to be in another woman's bed while I'm a whole married man. I got 2 kids. I'm not about to mess up my legacy for no other woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy out here. And why even marry her? Why even take out that time to look for a ring, to look for a venue, to set all this stuff up to marry her, to then cheat on her, bro? Right. You know what I'm saying? Was she not worthy of you being faithful?
And the same thing goes for women too, because women cheat too.
Yeah.
Because they look at their man and be like, he's not enough. I need more.
And a lot of women,
that man looks like he's taking care of his business. You know what I'm saying?
And most women, most divorces happen because of women. I think it was like 70% of divorces happen because women. Right. But it be, men, because they done did things that, just can't get over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And And you need to get to that point where you say, I don't care what this person does. I mean, as long as he's not going upside my head and cheating on me constantly, I don't care what you do or say. Nothing you do or say is going to make me leave you unless, again, like you step out of line as far as like going upside my head, which I know you would never do.
Yeah.
But I've made up in my mind that I'm in it for the long run.
Yeah, me too, man. You're locked in for life.
You know, when you get to that point, that's how you can be committed.
Yeah.
That's how you know.
I feel that.
So I hope all of these topics and tips help you guys in finding out if the person that you're with is the right one. Even if you're dating, even if you're married, single,
take your time.
Whatever, you know,
take
I hope
time.
You guys this podcast
let's sum it up a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's sum it up everything we talked about.
Yeah, so we talked about how to figure out if the person is the one, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What is the one? What does that mean? What does that look like?
Mm-hmm.
Are you compatible?
Yeah.
Do you guys have chemistry and connection?
Yeah, that's important.
Do you have the same shared values and beliefs?
That's a good
What
one
are the
right
red flags? Do you even know what your red flags are?
Yeah.
Right?
Understand what you want. I think I should write a list. You should write a list of what you want and what you. I mean,
for yourself.
For yourself. It's not. Of course, you're not going to be like, look, this the list I created. You honestly, are 3 out of 5.
Yeah, no, yeah, you definitely should write a list for you, or at least know exactly what you want and know what you don't
write
want.
it out and make it plain. Like, Lord, this is what I desire in my heart.
Right.
He'll give you what you desire in your heart, but what you got to do first? Seek Him first.
And some people need to reevaluate their list because a lot of people that keep getting the same type of men and then don't understand why they keep getting hurt.
But that's another story.
Yeah, but we gonna say that for another podcast. Yeah. So, all right. So we talked about red flags.
Yeah.
We talked about growth in a relationship.
Yeah.
And we talked about commitment and effort.
Yeah.
What it takes. So
yeah, man.
You know, hopefully this helps.
Hopefully this helps, man. We try to touch
every point. We probably have to do.
I hope y'all listen to this whole episode because it's a lot of important stuff we talking about, and I'm just thankful and grateful to have this opportunity to sit right next to this beautiful woman right here, my wife, my lover, my everything. You know, and we just appreciate y'all. You know, just checking out our podcast. You know, watching us.
Yep.
You know, paying attention to what we got going on, you know, engaging with what we got going on. And we want to just hear back from our viewers. Like, you know, how do you feel about this episode?
Right.
What's some things that you feel like you look for in a man or a woman? Right. You know, how do you go about, share your tips, share your testimony, share your experiences with us. And if you want to hear anything that, you know, any topics or things that you want to hear us talk about, be sure to drop that in the comments below, man. We not doing this to talk to ourselves. We definitely want to engage with y'all. So So we thank y'all for checking us out. Follow us on our Instagram. We're gonna drop that below. Man.
Be sure to subscribe.
Yep, subscribe, hit that like button.
Yep. Stay tuned for our next video, guys.
Yep, and we see you guys in the next one. Murray at Midnight. Deuces.